You know, a lot of people start a business and they don't have a plan, or they don't understand the importance of having a plan.
Yep.
And we hear it time and time again, don't we? And then they wonder, oh, why isn't it quite performing as I expected or going in the direction I expected? And, you know, it comes back to the fundamentals that let's get a roadmap in place. Let's understand where you want this thing to go to and do the work.
I think generally speaking, people probably aren't planners because they don't have a plan in their life.
A natural thing.
And therefore they don't have a plan in their business. And of course, by not doing that, then they've not got any practice or experience around
to refer to
creating plans. And so, I think it's one of the great failures. I feel very fortunate I have a great life, but it's largely by design.
Yeah. You've had a plan all the way.
I've had a plan of what I wanted to do, and and that's the same with each and every business.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to grapple with the concept of how people can feel that they're surprised by why their business isn't going well.
Yes.
If they haven't actually put a plan in place for it to go well.
To give it direction.
Maybe they've thought about a thought bubble about what they would like, but not actually mapped out. Put a goal in place and mapped out what it's going to be, what the journey's going to be like to reach that goal, and how they're even going to do it. Yeah.
Well, I guess the thing that comes in my head, if you think of an analogy of a pilot, like they plan where they're going to fly and how they're going to get there. Well, how would you feel if you had a pilot of the plane that you're on that had no flight plan?
Yeah.
Be a little bit scary. Somewhat should be applied to business, because you're going to spend a lot of time, an inordinate amount of time, probably a good amount of money over a period of time, it's several $100,000 probably. Why would you want to go to that effort without a plan?
Yeah, to me it sort of speaks to how seriously you're taking your business. Going back to your analogy, the pilot takes getting the people, the paying passengers seriously. He takes it seriously, or they take it seriously to get to the destination that's intended by everybody.
Yep.
And that's why you have a plan. I take my life super seriously. That's why I have a plan. I take my businesses super seriously. That's why I have a plan. And we speak to often at Navigate Biz. We speak to is it a business or is it a hobby?
Yeah.
And a lot of the excuse we often hear is I don't know where to start.
Definitely one.
Google.
Yeah. Navigate Biz.
And or I don't have time. And I would argue that you don't have the time to not do it.
And it's about priorities. That's what hits me between the eyeballs when you say that. What is the priority for you in your life? Is it your business, or is it the other external things, or family, and so on and so forth? If you are deeply passionate and driven about your business, business is life, life is business. We speak about that often. So have a plan. Like most people, they have children, there's somewhat of a plan, but you know what school you're going to send them to. You have a bit of a plan where they're going to go and what you aspire, that you're going to educate them and those sort of things. So why not apply that rhythm, flight plan, as I said, to your business? Now, business plans, they don't have to be war and peace, but start somewhere. Understand who are your competitors, what's the viability of your product, who's your customer. There's like 7 key areas of a business plan. We've got programs that speak to this, that can actually help you through step by step. But it's not a set and forget either.
No.
Business plan, I know I've heard of lots of business owners. Oh, I've started a business, my accountant wrote the business plan. Where is it? Oh, crikey, I'm not really sure. It's in a drawer somewhere, and I've never looked at it again.
Look, again, it's about how seriously you're taking the business, how much priority and emphasis you put on. You spoke about other things that happen in people's life that perhaps they put some planning around because maybe those are important things to them. And the fact that you don't take the time, effort and energy to put a plan in place for your business speaks to the lack of importance that business is. And it's actually a responsibility. It's a responsibility to start a business, because there's a financial consequence of that.
You bet.
Could be good, could be bad. If you think about cash burn in a business, if you think about a cash that's not going beyond breaking even and actually paying for itself and maybe a bit more than that, if there's a cash burn in there and you're not planning to eradicate that, you're just thinking, oh, eventually it'll come to something. Well, will it? It might not.
No.
How much time? How many years are you prepared to devote to that business? How many dollars are you prepared to devote to this boat that's out just floating around on the ocean without any particular steering or direction around? Just I woke up today. I heard this, or this email popped in, or I heard this on the news, or a friend told me this at a group. And then I'm going to go and do this, rather than actually seeing, well, how does that information fit into my plan? Yeah. Now, if you don't have one, it's very difficult to work that out.
You're a boat without a rudder.
Yeah.
And the consequence, we hear it all the time. It's not performing. Oh, there's pressures from my partner, my husband, my wife. Oh, maybe I can't send the kids to private school. There's other pressures that come on you. So you actually can take control and, make a plan, get it on the right path. And if it needs a little bit of and we've seen a lot of that of late with COVID and all the external pressures.
Make the adjustments.
If you've got the plan, you then have gone through the process of, well, if plan B happens, what's my plan of attack? Gives you a roadmap for when those things come at you, because they will.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of narrative around people thinking that there's a lot of points of view that business plan, waste of time, don't need any of that. Well, I'd really argue that point. Now, I'm not saying that you need a business plan that's hundreds of pages long and it takes bloody months and months and months to put together. But a simple guide with some simple targets and some actions that underpin what those targets are, and a roadmap along there to get that. That's not hard work.
No.
That's a few days at most, and very little money to put something like that in place.
Yeah.
And if you think about what you're going to invest in your business over the coming 3 to 5 years, it's a no-brainer. Why would you not do a plan?
And what it does also provide you as the business builds and scales, maybe you need to go and find some funding, private equity, any of those sort of things.
Yep.
If you've got a business plan and you've been revisiting it and building it, well, you've got a document that speaks to that. It gives that person the confidence, the bank or whoever this person might be, to help you to support, build your business. That gives them the confidence you actually have a plan.
Yep.
Because no one's going to lend you money or invest in you if you don't have a plan.
Yep.
And we should all be looking at, well, what's the future look like? How am I going to scale this thing or build it?
Yeah. And so, there's probably some tough love comes out of this, I think, is that if you're in business and, you're not interested in putting the plan in place, and you're not interested in actually that side of the business, I think you've got two choices. You either think, well, I'm probably going to be on a very torturous journey here, and perhaps I should just go back to working for someone else. Or you need to look at bringing someone else into the business that can help you and guide you on that journey.
Yeah.
If you just like doing the skill that's in and around that, you need to bring someone else in, because if you're the person delivering the skill and you've got none of those other business acumen around you, it's going to be a torturous journey.
It's going to be
really
hard,
is.
and it's hard enough as it is. Why make it harder for yourself? Yeah, there's definitely some great upsides to having a business plan.
So, if you're thinking about it and you go, hey, I don't have the time, I don't have the money and all those things, yet you've already started a business, or yet you're prepared to start a business, really think about the language that you're using when you're saying that, because really it says is that actually the business aspect of my business, the important bit, the bit that keeps it profitable, sustainable, there for the long term, to provide you in a role where you can do the hobby that you want to do, the skill that you want to do, the thing that you enjoy doing. You need to make sure that you're giving it the priority that it needs and
deserves. Yeah, indeed.